I sort of had an idea what it might be like, but this car is very, very well behaved, very well balanced, puts the power down really well, and is incredibly fast. And it's deceptively fast because being a turbocharged motor, you don't have that sort of visceral kind of sound and experience like you would in a normally aspirated car like the GT3 RS. So that your sensation of speed is somewhat reduced, but there's no doubt it's very fast and very easy to control. And I would go as far to say it's the most well-behaved 911 I've ever driven. So it's hard to tell. Even though this car is 100-something horsepower more, I don't feel like it's 100 horsepower faster. But again, without doing a back-to-back test, it's really hard to know. The GT3 RS is one of my all-time favorites because it feels like a race car. It drives like a race car. It feels quite a bit lighter than the GT2 RS, especially in the rear of the car. And the motor gearbox is just so smooth and so eager to go 100% all the time, and the power never drops off, and it just feels more what Porsche is all about: lightness and nimbleness, and the throttle response is instantaneous, and a lot of that's just the normally aspirated nature of the motor. And it's really easy to overdrive a corner because your sensation of speed is so much less than the GT3 RS that I found myself first lap just completely blown through my turn-in points just because I didn't think I was going as fast as I was. Then the second lap was a little cleaner and got that together. Definitely quite a bit of lag relative to the GT3 RS, especially if you were below 4,500 RPM. Felt like there's more time to be had by rolling in the power earlier and more aggressively. Stability control off in the GT3 RS and traction control on. And it was much less invasive in the GT3 RS, but also not surprising considering the GT3 RS has quite a bit less power. And the GT2 RS, mid-corner, if you were a little too greedy with the power, you could definitely get the thing sliding, whereas the GT3 RS, not unless you were really club-footed about it. Having the traction control on in the corkscrew was the only place I felt that it was sort of impeding our forward progress, our forward momentum. And the last lap was the smoothest through there, and I gently rolled on the power and gently turned the car, and I never had that sensation of it tugging me back. Whereas earlier I turn in and just go flat, and the car, just those sudden movements upset it, and it would really sort of hold us back and keep us from carrying the momentum down the corner.